I've been watching a TV show. Reached the end of the season, so I thought, like Game of Thrones, I'd discuss it. I wanted to do every episode, but it didn't end up working. Technical problems. It was too long for me watching the first one to remember what happened in it. But anyway, I watched again the first season of The Sopranos.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've just finished another rewatch on my stunning Blu-rays. I'm telling you, these Blu-rays are the best looking Blu-rays you can buy, because it was shot on 35mm film, so it just looks absolutely amazing. But anyway, yeah, so I was going to do every episode, but it didn't work out. So the first season of The Sopranos, you've seen it?
Yes, a very long time ago though.
Yes, it's fairly easy to remember. This is by far the simplest season. You could probably point at this and say this is the most important season of television of all time. It changed everything. It was the first one to be shot in a proper filmic way.
Yeah.
Like Peter Bogdanovich directed it one, and it's all shot in beautiful sort of wide screens, and it just looks absolutely amazing even now. So it changed that. It changed the approach to storytelling. It's all serialized.
Yeah.
And it still works, and it's also like one of the first ones to proper dig psychologically into the main character's head with dream sequences. Twin Peaks did that a little bit, but that never really caught on. But this popularised all of these kind of different things.
And kind of a storytelling of like nothing really happens in each episode.
That's not really in the first season. Yeah. The first season is more about...
more serialised.
The first season is the most conventional one of The Sopranos. That comes into it more in like 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really have the freedom they have now. And also it's famous for being the one where what happened was that... they filmed the pilot a year before everything else, and it was luck basically that managed to get them a full season, because it didn't do too well. But they liked it, HBO, so they aired it, the whole thing. But they were almost definite that it was going to get cancelled. So literally, what David Chase did, we just put every single storyline he had into the first season. So the first season is rammed with stuff that happens. Just because of that, he was so sure it was going to be cancelled because it was so new. He just put every single idea he had into it. But then obviously it became the biggest hit HBO's ever had and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, so the plot of the first season is that Tony begins not as the boss in this one. He's the captain. And then the boss of the family dies, Jackie Aprile, and him and Junior, his uncle, have a fight for supremacy of the mob. That's the driving factor for the whole plot of the first season. It's basically a clash between him and his uncle for who's going to run it. Spoiler alert, it's going to be full of spoilers. If you've not seen the 16-year-old now first season of The Sopranos,
oh my god,
1999, yeah,
Jesus,
16 years old this season is, and it hasn't aged a day. I mean, you could watch if this came out now, apart from a few stylistic choices which are dreadful.
Like Junior wouldn't wear Slipknot t-shirts anymore.
No, I mean filmmaking stylistic choices.
Yeah.
Even though there are a lot of horrible 90s pants in there.
Yeah, 90s pants and 90s haircuts, that's all I can think of.
Why did people wear their jeans above, up to about there?
Yeah.
Every time Carmela's in it, she's wearing jeans that go up to a belly button.
Or why did all the teenagers wear I don't know, I don't know, just for stuff?
Yes.
That's how to describe it. Don't you think stuff from the 90s, especially music videos, all have that kind of grimy look?
Yes.
They all look a bit disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like that in a way because they're all upper class.
Yeah.
But the high pants really are distracting now. To the point where I was looking at it, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, what's she wearing?
Yeah, what is she wearing? But yeah, so 16
and
years
goths
old.
was still a thing.
There are some goths in later seasons.
Yeah.
So this season of The Sopranos is the most conventionally satisfying. Everything that's set up is then paid off, again, because they thought they were going to be closed. There's no ambiguities to it at all. So this is the one that's the most conventionally satisfying. The plot is building. The main things are that power struggle and also his relationship with his mother. His mother is the most horrible character of all time.
Yeah.
Livia Soprano.
Livia Soprano. Well, that's all I seem to remember from this season.
This season is the one that I can't remember the most. Yeah. It's not the best. A lot of people think it's the best because it is the most conventionally satisfying. Everything that gets set up paid off in the last 2 episodes. That's it, but it's dated horribly. Oh, there is actually one episode that's dated just abysmally, right? There's one called A Hit is a Hit. And the plot line in the story is that Christopher meets a rapper called Big Massive.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
and there's a bit about music industry, but big, massive, lives in a mansion. He's got off gangster rap.
Yeah, I remember
He's
that,
like, what up, blood?
Yeah.
And it's like clearly written by Italian American like rich people.
Doesn't know.
Doesn't know how the Sopranos is pretty dodgy when it comes to sort of like black characters.
Yeah.
Because like they never get it right really. They try again in it a couple of times and it just doesn't really work. That's one of the themes of the show, how the characters blame black people for all the problems. But when they actually try and write a black character, the writers never
really
goes
work.
well. No.
Yeah. I seem to remember, is this the season where Christopher wants to become like a screenwriter?
That's the whole thing. He actually does become a screenwriter.
Well, yeah, but like it kind of tails off, doesn't it? Like they make it a big deal, and then it kind of later seasons they kind of forget about it and bring it back. And...
There's an episode where he's doing a screenplay. But in the second season, there's one where he goes to like Hollywood and he writes an actual screenplay and stuff.
Does he meet like a famous actor?
Jon Favreau.
That's
Famous is a bit of a stretch for Jon.
Yeah.
But he's a known actor and more director now. But yeah, in the second season he meets Jon Favreau. But this is the season where some of the most iconic episodes are in. The first episode is incredibly iconic.
Yeah.
It's the one with the pool and where everything's set up and everything. It's just a great episode.
Oh, because he obsesses over ducks, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the symbol throughout the whole show. Hauntingly, like, at the beginning the pool is filled and at the end it's empty. That's sort of the whole point of the show, is sort of that the pool is the symbol for his family. Yes. So this season, I'm trying to find ways to decide the whole thing. It's got College, which is the most famous episode of all time.
Yeah.
The one where he takes his daughter around the colleges and then has to murder the guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
It's seen as being the best one. It's nowhere near the best. It's not even in the top 20.
I vaguely remember it. It's been years since I've seen it. So.
Yes. There's like this season is structured where the first 7 episodes are standalone, and then the serialized elements come to the fore more, and then culminating in the last episode, but is one of the best episodes of television of all time. It's called I Dream of Jeannie Cusimano.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just absolutely stunning because it pays off every single scene pays off something from before, and it's just classic scene after classic scene. There's like there's the scene where he tries to strangle Melfi when she tells him that. When she tells him that his mother's tried to kill him because he's in so much denial. It's just classic scene after classic scene. There's the brilliant. This ends beautifully. This season. It ends with him and his family having a family get together at his restaurant. And this is stunning. This music cue in it. So they have this big warm family moment, and it's brilliant. And then it cuts to black, and it plays that Bruce Springsteen song, State Trooper. You know,
and
it's like the most haunting use of music of all time. Because they're just there and fat and warm, and then it's all like that folk song.
Turns of meaning, yeah.
Yeah. But this is, as I say, it's the most conventionally satisfying of the whole thing. Everything that's paid off. But there are some elements that don't work as well. There are dream sequences in this. You remember the dream sequences in The Sopranos?
Yeah.
They're all very subtle.
Yeah.
So they were... Little things are off. It were like a David Lynch film.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be like a big thing where it's a dream. It'd be like, I don't know, like the lighting was different. In this, there's just it's so overt. It's just insane. Like when he has a dream sequence, like people are on. There's a weird technique that's used in a lot of Spike Lee films, where a character is like walking, but they don't move. The camera moves in front of them, and the background moves.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that
to
connote it as a dream sequence.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of really obvious symbolism. The dream sequences in the first season just don't work as well as the later ones.